The time didn't pass in a blink. It took invincible stubbornness and immense hard work. Van and Jiu were finally graduating, along with other students of their batch. While taking photos, Jiu, Van, did you quarrel? Van, no way. Jiu, then why aren't you clicking photos of yours? Van, we didn't fight, but I think it's gonna be happen soon. Girls were finally done with clicking pictures and planned to go to Jiu's place. Hobie was also told to join them at their apartment. Van entered into Jiu's apartment. Looks like we're happily married single woman. Aren't you feeling sad as Oppa didn't get to live and Jiu? I am, but I have to adjust as I'm not in charge of granting his leaves, and fortunately I have you as my family. When and vice versa, dear. Jiu, then why were you looking so upset? When I'm afraid you will hate me if I tell you that. Jiu, I don't want to know what happened, but are you guilty of that? When I don't know, but definitely it's important for my career and I just don't want to sacrifice my husband. That's all. Jiu, can you elaborate, please? I can't read your mind. When I have qualified for doing the MS. Jiu, duh, even I. So, when my father applied for me at UMCH Hamburg and Jiu, that's great. When why are you so sad then? When I'm afraid if the distance affects our relationship. Jiu, when think positively. Don't you think Oppa would not be happy for you? When he will, but don't let him know until I say you to do so. Please? Dr. Lee, then tell me I can be the messenger. Dr. Lee and Hobie entered into the apartment, but Hobie was listening music, so he was completely unaware about the girls' conversation. But he could see Van's faded smile as soon as he entered into the apartment. He was also feeling guilty as he couldn't attend their graduation ceremony. Jiu, Oppa, don't take so long to change your shoes. You can lost in Van's eyes after sitting beside her. Hobie was literally blushing, but Van was quite still looking upset. Van, Jiu, can we go home? Jiu, but okay. Dr. Lee and Hobie both were literally clueless. Van was looking pale. She wasn't angry. She was sad, like she has lost the battle, though it was such a big day of her life. You promise me, no matter what happens in the future, you will always be my best friend and when I will always be there as your family, Jew. Thank you for these years. Dr. Lee, did anything happen? When Young got off on tomorrow, don't be sad, please. When I'm not sad, Uppa, but will miss you. Hobie was confused as Van's behavior was so cold. He could sense an undefined cruelty in her words. I guess we're going to the hospital room tonight. Van, I want to walk the distance with you. Will you? Van got up and walked towards the door. Hobie could sense Van was definitely upset, but he couldn't guess why she was behaving like that. He could feel she was trying to suppress something at the bottom of her heart. Hobie and Van left Dr. Lee and Jiu's apartment. Hobie, Van, you can scold me, but it was emergency. The patient could die and the baby too. Van, how are they? I guess both are stable. Hobie gently pulled her towards him and kind of forcefully he made her to put head on his shoulder. The mother stressed throughout her pregnancy. So you're free tomorrow? Hobie, can I go and check the patient? Van, okay. Hobie, why your voice is so cold today? Because of me? Van, Let's sit on the bench. Hobie was still confused. Van was looking pale, unhappy, but she was trying her best to seem happy. A new chapter of my life is about to begin. I'm just tensed, Hobie. Nothing is going to be changed. Don't worry. Van, what if I have to leave Seoul? Hobie, I'm eternally yours. You might need to leave Seoul, but why and when? Is that the reason you are looking so pale? Hobie took her into his embrace and made her to look at him when I was shivering as she was trying to control herself from breaking down. Hobie, let's go home. It's getting late and don't think too much for your upcoming journey. Let it remain unplanned. Let it remain unexpected. You will enjoy the journey more, and that will definitely make you more enriched as a doctor, as a person. When? And what about as a wife, as Mrs. Chong? Hobie, you're amazing already. One only knew that she was qualified. She knew nothing without that, but instinctively she assumed that she might not get a chance to love Hobie again, or it might be the last chance, and she wanted to love him. She wanted to satisfy him in the possible best way. She tightly held his hand. Let's go home. Hobie frowned as Wen was trying to act like she was normal when actually she wasn't. He didn't speak a single word and nodded his head. The comfortable silence was overrated, and they almost reached the dorm when Hobie finally broke the silence. What gift do you want from me? Wen, as my professor or as my husband? I should know my place so that I can ask for the best gift. Hobie, as your husband? Wen, mm, let me to do whatever I want to do, whatever I want to be done by you, but you will not try to fix anything after tonight. Hobie looked at her without speaking a single word. He just opened the door. He stepped forward and entered into the home while one followed him. One just stepped into the home, and within a blink she could feel a gentle push, and the cold concrete wall was indirectly supporting Hobie to pierce her soft lips. One was trying her best to make herself strong emotionally, but she broke down. One's body was shivering, and Hobie could feel that. He knew the cold concrete wall was innocent, but he didn't want to break the kiss just to ask if that was cold or not. Hobie took her into his arms and carried to the couch, gently rubbed her back to make her back warm while their lips were fighting for dominance. Hobie could sense that one never been so much aggressive during these 4 years. He smiled and surrendered himself while kissing. Hobie could feel one was getting more and more uncomfortable on the couch as his huge body was pressing her. Within a blink, one could feel she was in Hobie's lap. The position was changed, and she could feel Hobie was quite enjoying one's dominance, which triggered her, and small bites on his lips made that fact clear. They finally broke the kiss while breathing heavily. Hobie's palms were busy unclutching Van's, and Van was trying to hide herself in his embrace. Hobie, it's been 4 years, the same me, the same you. We know each other, but still, it's addictive to me to explore every inch of you. Van was resting her head on his chest while breathing heavily. Though Hobie was breathing heavily too, but his hands were busy to unbutton her shirt. He removed his shirt. What do you want, princess? Van, tonight I want to give my best. So I want the same from you. Hobie pecked on her lips and carried her to the bedroom. Van's eyes were closed. Hobie's palms traveled to her fleshy chest while teasing her. You mean to say I wasn't good in last 4 years? Van closed her eyes in excitement, though she wanted to answer him, but she chose to enjoy the moment. Hobie's tongue was busy tracing her yellow through small bites. Your wish is my command, Van. He started leaving wet kisses on her neckline and gradually moved down and down. One couldn't control but moaned loudly as she could feel Hobie's warmth transmitted through her. She sensed it might bruise even her, but she was so high she literally grabbed a fistful of his hair and kind of encouraged him to do so. Hobie freed her for a moment just to check whether she was feeling discomfort or something, but they made a short eye contact, and all Hobie could feel when was offering another one, yet ordering to do the same.